One of my friends uploaded a video of me singing, and it was actually Que Agonía. I sang that song, and it went like semi viral, and I think that's crazy how it got all the way to Natanael Cano just from that video, and it didn't even go like viral.
But yeah, I mean, what does it mean to you to be signed to, Natanael Cano's label?
It all feels so surreal. Like, it doesn't. Sometimes I'm like, I like wake up and I'm like, oh, like maybe I was dreaming. Like it's such an insane feeling, and how fast it happens too. Like, I just signed in July, which that was a couple months ago, but like how much I've done in that time and how much I've grown.
I'm gonna say it, and being like in Osete, like what kind of advice did they give you or like guidance?
Honestly, like the biggest one is just like to be myself, or like not to care about what people say, because like not that I know like he owns who he is, and he has so much confidence in who he is and how he performs in his music, and I find that really.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Agushto Papà podcast. We are here at the Spotify studios once again with a special guest. She's the first female signed artist in Osete. Sheesh. DELILAH Cabrera. Vámonos.
Yeah, thank you for being here, for making a stop here at Agushto Papà. Also, something that you told us that you wanted to be on the podcast, like it was one of your goals.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that, and we're finally gonna make it happen.
Yeah, it's amazing to be here. Like you were saying, like it's always been one of the things I wanted to do. Like I remember I was saying a little bit earlier, but I had the first time I met Emilio, Nata's manager. We were eating at like his hotel that we were staying at, and or I say his hotel like it was his, but like, the one he was staying at, and he asked me, oh, what are some goals, or what are some things that you want to do, or collaborations you want to make, or this and that. And one of the things that I had said was to be on Agushto Papà podcast. Like I've been watching you guys for a while. I'm a big fan.
It's crazy.
So,
That's crazy. Huh?
Yeah.
That was by surprise.
How?
Because we see a lot of dumb stuff sometimes.
No, I think it like what you guys do is cool. Like it just feels comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many other podcasts or interviews that are like you guys. You guys are cool.
Yeah, we had like a lot of conversations before the podcast, and I was telling her that we try to have conversations so like the artist could feel comfortable, and she had a lot of cool stories to be honest. And she's like, oh, you don't have the new iPhone with the new plug-in?
What? Ándale, no.
No, guys, because you guys know we always clown Jason for having an iPhone 7 that the screen didn't work.
No, it's an iPhone 11. iPhone 11.
It's
like
a
walkie-talkie.
Yeah, we just had an ongoing joke with Jason's phone, but guys, the joke's over. He got a brand new phone now.
Yeah, but it's awesome to have you here in LA, because you're not from LA, right? You're from Washington?
Yeah.
How do you like LA?
It's really pretty. I like there's a lot. I like nature and trees there, honestly. I think that like the camping, and I like that in Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, in Washington.
Why haven't seen that in LA? While camping in LA.
No, in Washington, there's a lot of places nearby to go camping and stuff. So, yeah.
It's very nice. Well, I mean, one time I went to like Oregon. It's right by Washington, right?
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, and it was like it reminded me of the movie Twilight.
Oh,
was,
really?
Like, a bunch of forests and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it was awesome.
Yeah, Oregon. I feel like it's a lot more cloudy than where we're from. I mean, it gets cloudy where I'm at too, but the seasons are very distinct. Like you can, summer it gets like to 103 sometimes as a high, and then the low it's like, I remember it was like negative. Yeah, it got into negatives, and then it was like freezing wind or something. Like it gets bad. Like this year was bad.
Do you ever plan on like moving like to LA soon?
Yeah, just because there's not a lot of music opportunities in Washington. Like there's not a lot of studios, at least that I know of.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy that you kind of have to put yourself in an environment to like be in the music industry, But growing up in Washington, how was that for you? Like, what do you remember from your childhood or your growing up?
Like music wise, or just like in general?
Or both?
Well, like music wise, I just remember I did like a lot of there was like state competitions or stuff in like elementary school or middle school, and I would always try to find any way that I could be musical, I guess. Like I did mariachi in middle school, my 7th and 8th grade, and then 9th and 10th and 11th. Now I still whenever I'm back home I do it, but I'm definitely trying to enfocar en mi carrera, you know. So
Yeah, so you were saying that you're earlier that you're like in the mariachi at your school or something like that. You guys, how is that? Like, yes, I haven't heard of a mariachi at a
yeah,
high school.
it's really nice. I think that's it's important that they just who was that?
Who was it?
El día que
Who was
me
that?
muera.
No, I'm just kidding. What was I saying? Oh, mariachi.
At high school.
But I think it's cool that they have it at our high school, because I know there's not a lot of high schools that do. But shout out Mariachi Juanachi. I know they'd be like insanely happy that I said that. So there you go.
Mariachi what?
Mariachi Juanachi, because the town I'm from is Juanachi. What it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been doing that throughout high school, and middle school is just kind of like the little mariachis that you kind of grow up to audition for Mariachi Juanachi in our town. So
And
it's
where does
kinda
the love of music come? Is it from like parents, family, or you just randomly came across someone and you're like, I want to sing?
Honestly, I don't have any family that sing professionally, or even, I don't have any that, at least that I know of, that are singers. But like growing up, I'd always listen to music, or my dad, he used to put headphones on my mom's stomach when I was like in the or he'd sing like, the Hey There Delilah song.
Oh yeah.
He'd be like, hey there Delilah, what's it like in mommy's belly? Like he like changed the words, like it was cute, But that just kind of shows how much music was a part of our lives, but none of us were singers or anything. I mean, my dad sings around the house.
That's cool. When I have a kid, I'm gonna put Corrios Tumbao.
He's like no, but yeah. And then I think when I started finding that I was really passionate, or people noticed, because I was still really young, people noticed that music was something actually really special for me, special to me, was I was like around 4 or 5, my abuelita passed away, and we were like this, like we were always around her, because she had, I believe, breast cancer, so we were always like taking care of her and stuff, and she'd always like make me, like she would always make me feel like happy, she never let it be known that she was sick or anything. And like we listen to music and stuff, but I remember when she passed away, my immediate thing that I did was write songs for my abuelita. Like that was just like my immediate way of coping, I guess. And I was like 4 or 5, and I have videos of me like just sitting down and being like singing to my guardian angel, plus like I'd be like, yeah. So it's cool how that works, like how music can help me like that. So honestly, it's always been like in mi corazón, pues, it's like who I am. So
Yeah, I think music is amazing. I think it's not only, I feel like it helps us control our emotions. We're happy, we're gonna listen to a happy song. We're sad, and also from you saying that you were able to write music because of your emotions is also the beauty of music as well.
Yeah. It's cool how music works like that.
You have been writing so young too, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You've been at it for a long time. Then, if you look at it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely paused for a bit, like throughout. I still did mariachi, and I did choir, and any way that I could, I would sing in any way I could. But I think that like I knew that coming from such a small town is going to be really hard to get out of with music, And it wasn't like I had a famous uncle or something that I could be like, oh, or like if my mom or my dad was a famous singer, like I would have probably worked on it even more, because I did, it's more so like it was my passion, and I knew it was my passion, but I just did it because it was my passion, I didn't like be like, oh, I'm gonna like this is gonna work for me, because I never knew if it would.
Like pursue something professionally.
Yeah, I mean, I always I was really interested in neurology, so like the brain, and I remember like I would stay up sometime researching stuff about it, because I'm like, oh, like I can do this, like this is something that I could like do school for a bunch of years, and obviously that the part's not super exciting, but it was like my main goal. I just wanted to like to ayudar, you know? Like I
Yeah.
want to help. So just any way I could to people. This has always been like my main goal. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I kind of took a break from writing and stuff because I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work out. But I did mariachi and I would perform we did like a state fair. I was really like the Washington State Fair, which is probably like one of the times where it was like insane. But I did that type of stuff, and then it wasn't until when I signed that I was like dang, like I'm writing like every day, like all the time. I'm trying to find inspiration, you know.
Yeah.
But before it's kind of hard to see a future as a singer, when you're from such a small town, and it's like there's never been like a famous singer come out of Wenatchee, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And you,
Yeah.
sorry.
I was gonna say, so you take it as your hobby, and you said you even took a break to pursue just like a different type of career. What is where you make a turn to pursue it professionally, and where does that idea come from?
Like as a singer, like when did I want to
Like
be a
yeah,
singer?
like when you like, let's say, bounce back into the music, like full time.
I definitely say I think it was the Washington State Fair that I sang at with my mariachi, and I remember I was performing, and I sang my first song, and I sang "Tú Solo Tú" by Selena, and the first one was "Amor de los Dos," and I sang it with another person in in my mariachi, and then people were after I had sang it, they're like otra, and before I had and like that was probably the biggest audience I've ever performed in front of. Like there was a couple hundreds of people. Like you would just see heads. Like there was so many people here. Like you'd see an audience here, and then you'd see like the booths or people waiting for rides and stuff like that, you know. But I would just see like heads, and people would just be like you know. But so that was crazy. And then they say otra, and then my teacher had introduced me before.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, oh, like that was DELILAH and Oscar, you know, like it was like those two singers. And then after I had sang, they're like, otra de DELILAH, otra. Like it was like a bunch of people, and I just looked out and people were crying. People were, you know, like they were like really felt
the emotions of you singing.
And that kind of felt like, dang, like I could actually do this, you know. So that was an insane feeling. I think from then on, I kind of started putting more time into my guitar también and try to find my style. And so I think after that I was like, dang, like this could actually be possible, you know. And this is my passion. And I feel like it wasn't exactly a hobby because it was all I wanted to ever do, you know, from like growing up.
You already had
so
like that tunnel vision.
Yeah, it's all I ever wanted to do. But I was like, oh, like let's be realistic, you know, like it was like those two.
Yeah, it's just like those two always like trying to balance out.
Yeah, so it's hard.
Yeah, it's awesome that you're able to like pursue a professional career. But the question that I had is, you mentioned that you were from a small town in Oregon. How did you expand?
Washington.
I mean, Washington. My bad. I got confused because you said Oregon. My bad.
Yeah.
How did you you know, able to expand your opportunities? You know, and like, you know, getting connected with the label and Los Setes, Nata. Like, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. So, one of my friends uploaded a video of me singing, and it was actually Que Agonía. I sang that song, and it went like semi viral, and I think that's crazy how it got all the way to Natanael Cano just from that video, and it didn't even go like viral. It didn't even get like 1 million likes or even views. It got 100K something views.
That's still a lot.
I know that's like a lot, and yeah, so like that's a lot. But when you think about how did it get all the way to Natanael Cano, you'd think it'd be like millions of views, you know. Definitely. But no, it was, that's why I said, like, puro Dios. Like, I don't know how it happened, but I know, like, it's God's plan, you know? Y pues, like, Los Sete reached out to me, or Emilio, through Instagram, and then we ended up chatting through WhatsApp about what my morals were, or what I wanted for the music, for my music, and then talked to Nata, too. Like, that was crazy, too. And then I remember, like, when Nata started following me on Instagram, I was like, like I was like about to get on the plane to go to LA, to fly out to go record, and I just see like Natanael kind of followed you, and I was like,
crazy.
like what? Like I knew I had talked to him before, like messaging, you know, but like seeing that, I was like, what? Like what? That's insane, you know. So yeah, and then the first time I met them, it was crazy too. So
You met them here in LA, or was it you went to Mexico?
I went to Mexico City.
And how long
Yeah.
ago was that?
I feel like it was in. Feel like I want to say May or June.
Of
I
last year?
think. Yeah, of last year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I signed to them in July.
And it was because of that one video.
Yeah.
That's
You weren't
amazing.
uploading like consistently.
No,
or
and
anything?
actually that wasn't even on my page, and they didn't tag me, which is what is like insane because they didn't even tag me. Like they had to like look
They
in
had
the
to find-
comments. Like they were like
FBI mode, who is
like
she?
they actually had to really like my voice to want to do that and to be like la primera mujer, like Nata and Emilio saw that and they're like, dang, like they wanted to expand the label and they chose me. You know, like that's insane. And
Yeah.
I wasn't even tagged in the video. You know,
That's crazy.
like they had to look in the comments, and my friends were all tagging me like, "That's my friend, like that's her, that's who she is," you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's why was insane too.
Wow, the power of the internet, right? I
Yeah.
think one video could literally change your life. I mean, you're like
Yeah,
living proof of it. You know, you're in your city. You know, upload a video, you blow up. Nata's label hits you up. You're the
Mhm.
first woman signed to
Mexico.
CT. You fly to Mexico. Nata follows you. So don't get jealous.
Mhm.
Don't get jealous.
My hack your account.
I heard you're a big fan.
Hell yeah.
How big?
Got my underwear signed. Nah, just kidding.
You have the shorts and everything. Look,
He was in that.
Look already.
I have the,
Look, he's getting
the
all red.
underwear.
You-
But I don't know why. They're acting like they're not fans. Like,
No, we're
How
huge
big of a fan
fans.
are you?
Well, I'm actually a huge fan of Junior.
But how big?
he's Team Junior.
Your
yeah.
team junior?
Why?
Yeah.
Why? He's
I think.
He
Nah,
is-
she's putting
he-
us on the spot.
he's
That's
better.
crazy.
Who's interviewing now? No,
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, why didn't you flip the
I'm
script?
just kidding. I'm just
There's
I
like
am
actually like a
nervous.
huge Junior fan. Him, I don't know. Not our Junior.
I'll get the
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
answer correctly. Not that might watch this. Not that you like the fun. I'm Team you.
Team Junior.
Nah, you get the second
No,
chance
no,
and
no.
you fuck it up.
My bad.
Nah, I think they're both amazing artists. I
Yeah,
don't-
pick a side.
You know,
Yeah.
That was a great
mu-
answer.
music.
No,
He-
yeah,
he
you
answers
can't,
the
you
best.
can't, you can't.
Music is subjective and it's for everybody to enjoy.
Mhm.
Also, I'll leave it as that. PR
Damn.
trained.
You were the only one that went to
PR
PR training, huh? Because we
But after the last post, nah, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, what does it mean to you to be signed to, Natanael Cano's label? You know, he has a huge impact in today's music and our generation.
And as you said, la primera mujer.
I mean, it still feels like it all feels so surreal. Like it doesn't. Sometimes I'm like, I like wake up and I'm like, oh, like maybe I was dreaming. You know, like it's such an insane feeling, and how fast it happens too. Like I just signed in July, which that was a couple months ago, but like how much I've done in that time, and how much I've grown.
And what's to
And-
come?
Yeah, like it's insane. Like I don't know how else to answer that except for it's insane, and it's a huge, insanely huge honor. You know, I'm still trying to take it all in. You know.
Yeah.
But-
So you signed with Los Cetes and then you dropped your first single, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how was that experience, going to the studio? I saw that you did write the song.
Mm-hmm.
And how was that experience?
I mean, it was really cool, and especially to know that like before I dropped my first single, I had shown Nata and Emilio my songs. Obviously, I send them my songs all the time, but to know that Nata was like, "Oh yeah, that's really good. Like you should drop that," and like to know that I wrote that and I produced it, is insane. Like, and that was my second song I ever wrote, like for that was actually gonna come out,
That's amazing.
So like that was an insane experience too. And I've said insane like 50 times, but it really is. Like I don't know how else to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, living the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then writing, I feel like it doesn't come to everybody. Would you say it's like it's just natural, or do you think it's practice,
I would say
or a little bit of both?
yeah, I would say a little bit of both. And then definitely being in writing camps and stuff helps. I just went to one in Miami, which was really nice. My first time in Miami, so that was cool. And then I worked with one of Becky G's writers yesterday too, so that was super cool too in the
You
studio.
told us to you FaceTimed her, right?
Yeah, I did. That was my first time I like ever
that's
talked to
crazy.
her, and yeah, they're just like, oh, like I was with I think I'm not sure if he's her manager or I honestly don't remember, but he just was like, oh, like should we FaceTime Becky? And I was like, Yeah, like for sure we should, you know. And then he called and he was like, "Well, I have somebody I want to introduce to you that reminds me so much of you." And she was like, "Is it who I think it is?" Like, what the, like, she's already, like, they've been talking about me, you know. and then he's like, "Yeah, it's Delilah," and he moved the phone to me, and I was like, I don't know, I was all trying to stay cool, but I was all fangirling. Yeah. But
And how is it being in writing camp? Like, what's the process of it? How many days?
For the one in Miami, it was, I think, 4 days. 4 days. I got 4 different songs written. And then yesterday we wrote a song too.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly, all my other songs I've written on my own, like in my room, on my bed, my guitarra, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Do you think learning how to play an instruments help you compose? Because I know a lot of different artists write music differently. Some people like come up with the beat, like, or the lyrics in their head, which is kind of insane. Like, what helps you?
I definitely say you really have to be, like, in touch with your emotions when you're writing. Like, I can't write a song if I'm not, like, in my head, you know? Like, or I don't know. So, yeah, when I do write my songs, like I said, it's just me and mi guitarra, and I'm not, like, super insanely good at guitar because I switched to vihuela my sophomore year of high school, and it's mariachi style, and I like play with my hands. I don't use a pick, you know. So
Okay, cool.
it's a totally different estilo, you know. It's like a totally different vibe and way of playing, but it's just when it's just me and my guitar, I choose some chords, or I just, like, kind of feel it out or see what I like, and then I get into my feelings, or I usually have some sort of thought that's going, like, running in my head that I, like, need to get out, and then I just put it into my song, which I think helps make it more like feel more sentimental, I guess, or like helps to connect with people too.
We've talked before how, like, sometimes it was Pepe, right, that he said that, like, when you write a song, it really has to be like your emotions. He said sometimes at camps, like, they just try to, like, do as many songs as they can, but it's, like, way better when it's like you're putting your emotions on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And
So,
do you
like,
write your music, like, talking about, like, personal experiences, or do you come up with, like, scenarios in your head?
I would definitely say that some of the songs I've written are personal experiences, but they're also like taken. I try to make them as generic as possible so everyone can relate, you know, in some way or another. So some of them are, but they're, like, a little different, and then some of them I just have, like, an idea, or I watch a movie or something, and then there's something in the movie that resonates with me, or something that happened to me, and that's, like, kind of similar, and then I kind of just build off of that topic, you know?
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
cool. Pedro Tovar actually mentioned that he's able to write a lot of, like,
Music
songs because of the movies. So you probably gotta watch The
he,
Notebook
like-
like 5 times.
Yeah, he actually said he wrote, I think it was Cuantos Besos because of the Notebook.
Yeah,
Right?
he did say that.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but he was just saying, like, writing a song is, like, the easiest thing in the world to him. So I feel like sometimes that's why I like to ask, because some people are just, like, born like that. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my knee.
She was like a gunshot.
My bad.
Oh,
I was like this. Wait, you mentioned that you played the guitar and then you switched over to another instrument. What was it?
Vihuela.
Mhm.
It's like a small. It's a small guitar and has, like, a rounded back.
Oh,
And it
like
has,
okay.
yeah, I think it has 5 strings, yeah.
Vihuela?
Vihuela, sí.
It's mariachi, like
Mariachi.
Oh, I can't say that.
It's musical stuff. You wouldn't really know about that. So.
No, I can't say the word because my Spanish is terrible. Vihuela?
Vihuela.
Vihuela.
Vihuela?
Vihuela.
Let me know, abuela.
Yeah, well. All right, guys, we are back from the break. We took a little long. You know, it's okay. But we wanted to talk about your first festival debut at Sueños in Chicago, which is in May.
Yes, May.
Are you excited for that, or, like, how did that come up?
I'm super excited. It's actually really cool. Something even cooler about me being in it was I believe I'm the first person to ever be put in Sueños without a song out yet.
Crazy.
Or a date. I don't even think I had the date for my song coming out yet when they put me into Sueños. Because I think that's really cool that just there's so many people that are so supportive of me and showing so much love. Like, también, like, in all, like, the music platforms, like, everyone's, like, being very supportive of and loving, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's super cool.
I also saw you were on the cover of La Oficial, right?
Yeah.
How was that? Like, it's like the biggest one, huh?
Yeah, it's super sick. And then I was on a bunch for like Spotify too, like, and then there's like, and then YouTube music, like everyone was all showing like a bunch of love. Like I was on covers for a lot of things, which is cool.
Wow,
So,
but that's crazy. Like, you didn't have a single song out and you were on the lineup?
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
And then Baja Beach Fest too.
Oh, Baja
I didn't
Beach.
have a song out either when they put me on.
Wow.
Dang, how are you
Yeah.
preparing for your?
Well, I have
performance?
a couple. Sorry, like cut you off.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, no,
But I have a couple guitarists at home or in town that I work with or that I play with and we practice. And I'm hoping to bring them to Sueños también to work. But yeah, but I still need. I have like some songs that have like chachetas in them and stuff, so I need
The
to
full
find
team.
another. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still like looking for other musicals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I was gonna ask that, like what instruments, because you know people would like to play with electrical bass or the
Mhm.
tolo, and then now you're saying that you're doing charchetas and the tolo, which is
Mhm.
like a sound that's it's popping right now, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of my songs, they're very different. Like some of them have chachetas and they're more like upbeat, and then I have other ones that are calmer, and I have a big variety. But I'm hoping that like that people can find something that they relate to or that they like, you know?
Mhm.
So I'm trying to be like versatile.
Yeah, definitely. Best of luck on your performance.
Thank
I
you.
think it's kind of scary, you know, being in front of a whole bunch of people. I don't know. I don't think I could do that, but
No, I honestly, I don't really get super nervous performing in front of people just because I also grew up doing it. But I honestly feel like I get more nervous performing in smaller groups of people than like a big audience.
Mm.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but yeah, like when it's like I used to do these state competitions. I think I mentioned earlier.
yeah.
But and it would just be me and the judges, and like the piano, like the pianist. Like that was
Yeah.
scarier than performing in the Washington State Fair. You know, for me, honestly. But no, I'm excited because it's what I want to do. You know, I don't think I'll be super nervous, but honestly, who knows when I'm actually there. It's gonna be the biggest performance I've ever done. So, but
Sueños. Do you
yeah.
guys know how much people there is?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw the videos. It was crazy.
insane. Yeah, there's like, just like you just see a bunch of heads.
Yeah.
You're on the top. Like I've just seen, like when they take the shots from up high.
Yeah.
You just see a
with
bunch
the
of heads,
drone,
like
it's
a bunch of like
10 minutes of the
the-
drone. See?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But
Well, we're gonna
don't-
be there.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
no
don't
way.
worry, we're gonna be there too.
Okay. So I won't fret.
If that makes you less nervous.
Yeah.
Like, can we make a difference there?
Yeah.
Nah. Yes.
That's just crazy. It's the first time going to Chicago too, and festival too.
In a
huh?
festival,
Me
yeah.
too.
Oh really?
Yeah. I've never been to Chicago, but I'm excited. I heard that Chicago that time of year is really pretty, so I'm
really?
excited. Yeah.
When is it again? May?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, May.
Is there any artists in the set that you're particularly excited to see perform?
I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, as soon as I saw the list, I was like all of them. I was like, dang, they're gonna be there. Dang, they're gonna be there. Like, dang, they're
Yeah.
gonna, you know. So it's hard to choose. I'm excited to see Gabito too, and so I always get excited to see like La Familia Sete, you know,
Yeah.
and see them perform. I think that's super cool.
Oh, and I was gonna say, and being like in Osete, like what kind of advice did they give you, or like guidance?
Honestly, like the biggest one is just like to be myself, or like not to care about what people say, because like not that I know like he owns who he is, you know, and he has so much confidence in who he is and how he performs and his music, and I find that really like inspirational as well. And he tries to do the same with me. Like I remember one time I talked to him. I was like, oh, like when I was barely kind of making music, and I was in Hermosillo with him. I was like, how do you see my music? Like, how do you think I'll put my music out and stuff? You know, because it's not that I'm like you can tell me what to do. Like I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going into this, you know. And he's like, well, I just see you as Delilah. I don't know, like, whatever you want to put out. I chose you because you have an amazing voice, and I, like, is that type. They believe in me so much that they give me a lot of freedom. Yeah. So they really just want me to put out what makes me happier, what my morals are. Like, I just want to help. I want to connect with as much people as possible to help them through things, because songs are super powerful like that. Like how it helped me, I want to do that for somebody.
And have you guys ever talked about like making a song together, or with like Agushto or anyone else in like the set?
Yeah, I mean, we've written together a couple times for my music, and we definitely talked about it, and we definitely have some things cooking, but I don't want to say too much. But yeah, with the whole Los Sete team, we're always making up new cool things always coming up. So
that's crazy. And right now with like all the music that's coming out, like Javi, Van Cornejo, a lot of young artists, like who inspires you to, just keep going?
I definitely, honestly, the person that inspires me the most to keep going is like my mom and my dad, low key, Yeah. But and then definitely like La Familia Sete. It's cool to think that they believe in me so much, and especially somebody as talented as like Natanael Cano, that he wanted to bring me into the label and start me as La Primera Mujer. But I mean, there's definitely like Becky G, like Ivan Cornejo was a big one too, and then definitely I'd say for like English artists too, I feel like Billie Eilish is like big, and like she inspires me a lot. So
it's crazy. I feel like the artists are getting younger and younger.
Yeah.
Like the ones that
are getting older.
We're just getting a little older.
Or that, I was trying to be positive.
We're the youngest ones. That's not us no more.
It's not us no more. Crazy.
It is what it is.
You're Theo Jason.
I'm a
Theo Jason?
I'm Theo with a beer belly and everything. Yeah. I think it's cool that you're able to, connect and create with, Gavito, Nata, and like the rest of the family in the Sete, because obviously they have their art, and it speaks for itself. They've done amazing things, and I think you're there as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and also how you said like you've been writing since you were really, really young, so people might see you as like a somebody that's young, but you've been at it for a long time. But yeah, congrats, and we're excited to see you over there.
Oh, thank you.
We're bringing the instruments.
Let's do it.
Let's bring in the música.
Leo, compa Leo. Voy a cantar mi nueva canción, Modelo. Ya está disponible en todas las plataformas y espero que les guste. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Casi no he dormido desde que me dejó. Si me hiciste tanto mal, ¿por qué te extraño? Tantas noches llorando por ti, ojos tan hinchados recordándote a ti. Y yo quiero olvidarte, pero quiero besarte. Me dicen que merezco a alguien mejor. Si la querías tanto todo ese tiempo, ¿por qué fuiste a hacer cosas conmigo? Sé que ella es más guapa, es más delgada, parece que no tiene defectos, pero te quería como a ningún otro. En verdad te di todo mi corazón, dañado mi corazón, me dolió mi corazón, sufrió mi corazón, murió.
Here's a sneak peek to my songs coming soon, Entre la Maleza. Sí, espero les guste otra.
Ya no me dé más consejos, se lo agradezco. Yo no necesito fiesta, ni comediantes, ni pasatiempos. Yo solo quiero quedarme sola, bien solita con mis sentimientos. Una tiene que estar mal para apreciar los buenos momentos. Traigo la lluvia, deja que fluya, que aunque el corazón a mí me pesa, florecer entre la maleza, porque sé que esta tristeza pronto pasará. No puedo fingir, yo soy honesta, y sé que verme así te cuesta, pero no te apures que todo esto es temporal. Pero por ahora déjame sola, prefiero estar sola. Así es. It's okay. Nah, I think it's fine.